Greetings and welcome, fellow adventurers, to another episode of Let's Play Neverwinter Enhanced Edition, Hordes of the Underdark. When last we left off, we've defeated the Vulturess! Yay! But we got killed afterwards, not yay! And now we are here, in the, I guess, gatehouse. But I'm fairly certain we can't do anything anymore, because we've lost the Relic of the Reaper. We are alone. Sort of. The Shield Guardian luckily has survived, so I can bring him along with me. Alright, let's actually rest up. I don't think this interaction with the Reaper will be violent, but you never know.
Hail the dead.
The familiar hooded figure of the Reaper bows as you approach, enigmatic as always. Distant flames flicker within his reflective, featureless face, and you shiver in spite of yourself.
How may I serve you, Sorcerer?
I have died, and I wish to return to where I fell. I am sorry, Sojourner. The Reaper sighs heavily. You are now barred from the world of Toriel. I cannot comply. What? Who says I am barred from there? You are barred from returning to that world by the command of Mephistopheles. He bows low once again. I am sorry, Sojourner. It is Mephistopheles who rules here, and so he can command me. So you worked for Mephistopheles all along. The Archdevil uses me. The Archdevil uses me as he uses all things, such as nature. I was not always his subject, but once he learned of my true name, I was his forever. What is your true name? All beings have a true name that is definition of their personal essence, their very existence. Should they not learn your true name and speak it to you, they then rule all that you are. Mephistopheles discovered my true name long ago, though I don't know that now. Only he knows it, and so he alone commands me despite whatever I might wish. Mephistopheles used you as well, creating a devil's deal that you were unaware of, a bond formed with him to the moment you discovered his relic. Upon killing the one who held him captive, you took his place and he yours. What do you mean he took my place? He traded your freedom for his chains. Once he was bound to the planar realm of Cania, but through his trickery and deceit he has escaped through the bond he formed with you. So, are you now bound to Cania as he once was? The realm of Cania? What do you mean? Cania is the 8th hell of Bator, the frozen wastes and dreaded depths. Here Mephistopheles is lord of all and prisoner of both, or he was, until he slipped his chains and placed them onto you. Here? But I'm not in Cania, am I? You forget, Sojourner, this realm is all places as well as none. You exist in Cania just as everywhere else, part of your prison just as not. He gestures to the mist-shrouded door that stands alone at the far end of the chamber. That path leads to Cania as it always has, as it has been part of you since the bond was created. It is no longer barred to your passing. Is there nothing you can do to help me? Alas, I cannot. I have been commanded by Mephistopheles to not allow you to return to Toriel. I no longer possess his relic. If you've learned my true name, you could command me to break the bond between you and return you to Toriel. I know not how you would learn of it, however, cannot tell it to you. Are there any other relics? He shakes his head. I know of none. If any exist, they are well beyond your reach. It would be far easier to seek my true name, though even that is near an impossible task. How could I discover your true name? This I do not know. I cannot provide it to you willingly, Sojourner. I have no knowledge of how Mephistopheles discovered it. If you did learn it, however, then I would do be free. You sound as if you'd prefer to betray Mephistopheles. I cannot openly betray the one who holds my true name, Sojourner. There's almost a hint of a smile in the Reaper's featureless mirror of a face. But aren't you worried I might abuse your true name? Abuse it more than the Archdevil himself already has? The Reaper shakes his head slowly. I think not. Surely there are other ways back to Toril. Remember that you are now bound to Cania. If you knew my true name, I could break the bond and send you from there. Otherwise, even if you were to find another portal, it would barely retrieve you once more. I have other questions.
How may I serve you, Sojourner?
What do you know of Cania? Only what I have already spoken to you. Cania is the 8th health of Tor, a frigid land where the Mephistopheles once ruled. It is a plane of torment and evil. Be wary should you step into its icy shores. There was a time when I roamed free and I knew much of Cania than was. I know little of the frozen waste that exists now. However, and I have no power there, I cannot help you. What of my companions? Where are they? Reaper pauses for a moment, gazing out into the distance as if searching for something before finally responding. They are dead, Sojourner. That is, however, merely a transitory state, as you are well aware. The spirits of the dead can end up in many places, as their will dictates. The outer planes are infinite in their variety, and who can say where a soul will go? That said, this realm touches all places, and so these dead companions can be found. But they will agree to come or not, each according to their desire. I cannot compel them to come here in the same way I have you. Who shall I summon? Summon forth Deacon. Consent is given. His spirit travels the gates now, hurtling towards us, and flesh is now forming. Your companion returns to you. Deacon suddenly appears. Strangely, he doesn't seem surprised nor disturbed by his situation. There you is, boss. Deacon keeps telling angels that he got lots to do, but he not staying up there, but they not believes him. He can be alright, be right all along, just like Deacon says, stupid angels. He looks around a bit, taking in the chamber. Is we in hell, boss? Place needs good cleaning, maybe? Yes, little one. Professor Svenek has requested your presence here in the Hells. Now, is there anyone else you wish me to summon? Summon forth Thalen. Consent is given. Bills travels to the gates now, hurtling towards us, and your flesh is now forming. Your companion returns to you. Thalen suddenly appears, as whole as the last time you saw him. He looks around, mildly bewildered. So I am summoned from beyond the veil once again, sent by your side, Mathijssa. I'm glad to be here with you then. When Mephistopheles killed me along with so many of the rebels, I thought my time was done. He turns and regards the gatekeeper. And you, strange one. It was you I felt calling me, yes? You're the one that brought me to this place? Yes, fiendish one. Professor Svenek has requested your presence here in the Hells. Now, Sojourner, is there anyone else you wish me to summon? I can't think of anyone else. Sorry, Nathiere.
How may I serve you, Sojourner?
I must go. I wish you well, so. Would that I could do more to aid you on your path. Yeah. If only. So. I've not missed anything particularly plot critical. Now, I know that I could have potentially looted some stuff from the Valkyries if I were quick enough. I did not see a real opportunity to do that, and frankly, I don't really care all that much. I don't think she has anything that I really need. Alright, Valen, could you come along?
You have need of me?
Yes. I have need of a meat shield. Why are you not coming along?
Do you have need of me?
It looks like we have a slight problem with the...
Do you have need of me?
do I... Well, presumably I can come back here. You're not a summoned creature, are you? Alright, that's slightly annoying. Give me a moment. Alright. Now we have the full group together again. As well as my shield guardian. You still have all the gear, right? Yep. All the gear I left you with. Alright, let us go. Make sure that I have not missed anything. Into the city of lost souls we go. A sad face shimmering form coalesces before you. It is the spirit of the dead, banished here to Cania. If it weren't for the frost that clings to their transparent shape, you doubt all you'd be able to see at all. The dead do not sit well with me. Keep expecting to see the dim faces of those I've vanquished in past battles.
Yes.
It's so cold out here. Always this biting, clawing cold. Stay inside if you can, or stop by a fire to warm yourself. See the ones with green sparks? Even they are barely enough. It's only a matter of time, you see. I heard one of you scream and saw a flash of light. Yes, Deacon sees it too. Aye, Mephistopheles has had one now. Another soul devoured. Soon there will not be any of us left except the lost. If only we could live again. Oh, but it's too cold here. I can feel it closing in. Mephistopheles is devouring your souls? Yes, he's an army of the dead in a distant world of Toril. And he's drawing on our essence to annihilate them, animate them. He's devoured so many of us and he still needs more. Every one of us in a plume of white. It's real. It's where I'm from. I've seen such armies in Blood War, Mathijssa. Are costly to raise, but nigh unstoppable once formed. If this is true, this does not well of your homeworld. Asmodeus banned the other lords of hell from going there, because of evil sown on that plane can lead to great power. Somehow Mephistopheles found a way, though, and now his power knows no bounds. What does it mean to have one's souls devoured? Spirit shudders, but you cannot tell if it's from fear or some gust of chill wind. It is a fate worse than death, worse than the hells. To have one's soul devoured is to become nothing at all. Is there any way to stop this devouring? One tried. He was the boldest among us, one most full of life, confronted Mephistopheles, and in his anger, he did something to her. It's only a matter of time before she joins the lost. What was her name? We spirits tend to not use names here. Death has brought us to Cania because of the horrible acts we committed in life. It's better to leave all vestiges of that life behind. It is better to forget. Only when we are lost are our names engraved on the ice for all to... If you reach that point, it is no longer matters. Tell me about the spirit who confronted Mephistopheles. He came here full of anger and passion and hope. She was like a fire in this cold place, and all of us were drawn to her warmth. When Mephistopheles came to the gates to announce the devouring, she challenged him. Whatever she did, it drained her of that fire. Refusing to speak, he sealed herself in a cave at the center of town. Now she dwells within it, slowly growing cold, becoming one of the lost. Is there any way to help her? Yes, there is. You put poor spirit out of her misery. Thanks to Mephistopheles, she is already all but lost. It's only a matter of time. How do I help her become one of the lost? To help her, you must help the Scrivener. When the Scrivener casts her name into the ice, at that moment, soul will finally join the lost. It is not peace, but it's better than torment. The Scrivener? Who's that? I'm not really sure it's a who or a what. In some ways, it's almost more like a pet than yet its former guide told it to form simple word pictures, so who's to say? For as long as anyone here can remember, the Scrivener's been the one who carved the names of the lost into the ice. If you look close, the ice is full of them, very deep. That's how the city got its name. Who's the Scrivener's guide? Just another dead soul like the rest of us. But now he's another victim of Mephistopheles' devouring. So many have been taken. Who are the lost? The lost souls are spirits who no longer yearn for life. They are the ones who have given up. The ice consumes them and they are absorbed into the very essence of despair that forms the plane of Cania. Here is where the Scrivener has etched the names of the lost into the ice that may be remembered. Here by the gates of Cania, where the spirits lose hope that they will ever be able to return home. Back to my other questions. Why can't I give you life again? Mephistopheles has sealed the gates and we spirits can no longer pass through. There was a time we could return and haunt the places of our death at least. No more. Not from here. I want to return home too. As do we all, even if just for a moment. That's why so many gather here in the city of lost souls, waiting, hoping, dreaming, slowly growing cold. It's only a matter of time. Alright, well that's that, I guess. So, yeah, this is not a happy place. We should not stick around. We're gonna get continuous cold damage as long as we stay. Yes, Deacon. Deacon, be pretty sure he has been gone. Sure, he has gone up and gone to the hills. What was your first clue? All the dead people and demons? Or these devils? You can always get set mixed up. The word treason has been carved into the gravestone. Okay.
Yes. Hellish plains, the lands of suffering. How well I know it.
So these fires will at least keep us warm enough. For the office. Guess we can check if it's open. Garul, the quarry was. Well, he seems like a friendly fellow.
Click off.
Smoke rolls off the corridor's scaly flesh as he paces the small office. Broken furniture is scattered all about, and the walls bear the dented, smoldering marks of his meaty fist.
Click off. Can't you see I'm busy here? Quarry Grinder 5 just went down. Bloody incompetent filth puppets. This store is closed until I figure out what in the nine hells is going on.
It seems you're busy. I'll leave you to your business. I don't know that I could actually kill that thing. Let us find a more hospitable place. The stone alternate. The word alternate is half integrated. Imp quarry workers. Don't think they're gonna tell us anything really useful. Let's see. Weary quarry workers.
Yes.
If so, I Pilgrim was not very interesting talking. It's coordinates.
Hello to you there.
This woman is stooped over a small bush, picking berries from it and placing them in a small pouch beside her on the ice. What are you picking? This here is Velox nettle. They've got the deep roots going down to the lava pools beneath the ice, and their berries store the heat. It's the only way to start a decent fire around here. Flint and tinder doesn't work? Have you tried it? Mage fire doesn't work? Nonsense, boss. Mage fire always works. Ah, mage fire is so unpredictable. Here 1 second and gone the next. It's fine for burning things, but if you need to cook or make a camp out here, you're gonna need Velox berries. What do you need to start a fire? Well, are you daft? It's freezing cold out here, and there's enough room in the tavern for everybody. You've got to sleep somewhere, right? I bet you're gonna need a good fire. How do these berries work? You spice some wood, you just break the berries open over it, and the heat will set it alight. Single berry won't get you a whole lot of warmth though. I recommend a good 3 berry fire if you can afford it. Where can you find these Velox berries? The Tavern Keeper's been letting some of us pay our tabs for them, so you have a few. Warrior Master might have some as well. Other than that, you'll have to just find them where they grow. As I said though, they're like what heats you can find. Just by a steam fissure like this one in the ice, they'll probably be Velox nettle basking in a little bit of warmth. Do you know the Reaper's true name? If I knew the Reaper's true name, I would be picking nettles in Bator's depths and dim hope wouldn't freeze to death. Goodbye. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to tell me all that useful stuff. Elsbreath Tavern. Alright, well that seems like a good place to start asking some questions. Also, may as well pick those berries if we can. Ah, friendly place. Probably also decently warm. Glads, succubi. The gifts of Raya are a bit strange, but...
Ooh, another jester! This should be fun!
Ooh, a named person. Alright, let's talk with them.
Hail, traveler!
An elderly man with a lopsided grin casually shoved his cards at a side table, occasionally earning the scowls of some of the more dour-faced patrons. 2 horns protrude from his forehead, one of them slightly chipped. What brings you to these parts?
Me? Oh, I get around. I stumbled upon all these pouting pilgrims as they were leaving Limbo, and thought they could use some cheering up. It seems I have attention to impart.
Pilgrims? Have you no eyes? The tavern's full of them. Grey skin, dour faces, hopefully pies with their whispered voices. All of them led to the deaths of the 9 hells by that full last the sensei. All of it in the name of the sleeping man. Who's the sensei? Oh, you'll find her in the temple just north of here, tending to the sleeping man. The sensei is the one who brought all of these pouting pilgrims here. Not a single sense of humor to be shared among them, I'm afraid. The sleeping man? The hornman spits and the shuffling of his cards grow all the more fierce. Got questions about the sleeping man? Go to the talk to the sensei. I wash my hands of it. Where's Limbo? You're clueless then, are you, Burke? That's okay. Someone's got to be clueless, or the rest of us wouldn't have anyone to explain things to. You see, where is a difficult sort of question in the plains. Look up, and maybe Limbo's way above us somewhere. Maybe. We travel far enough east to get there. Or Limbo could be through this knothole in the wood. Or maybe Limbo's just a different way of seeing things. I just need to find a way out of Cania. Don't we all? The only ones who seem to content to stay are the devils themselves, and most of them only because they're more powerful, threaten them with words. Welcome to the city of lost souls, friend. How long have you been traveling with them? Oh, long enough, I reckon. Long enough to have figured out the fourfold mystery of the sleeping man, at any rate. He came here looking for someone, and I think I knew who. What's the fourfold mystery? Oh, it's just some sensei mumbo-jumbo. You turned the sleeping man into a religion for all these pouting pilgrims. The 5 mysteries have become an initiation rite of sorts. Who did you seek? Sleeping man? Well, long ago, before the devils laid claim on Cania, this place was home to a race called the Knowers. They were collectors, catalogers of lore, and it is said that some of them still survive. Let the sensei call it her fourfold mystery if she wishes, but when the sleeping man came to Cania, he came in search of one knower in particular, knower of places. How did you figure out the mystery? Oh, an old bard gets around, and lore is our specialty. Anybody but Thor can tell you a smattering about the knowers. For a traveling man such as myself, I take a keen interest in the knower of places. Think of it. The plains are too vast to comprehend. In such a reality, what answer becomes prized above all else? The sleeping man was wise, I'll give him that. He knew to ask the where of things. Have you ever asked the knower of places anything? There's the rub, Buck. The knowers were never warriors, and the devils drove them to the brink of extinction. The story goes that the knower of places knew a place where she could hide, and so she did. And who would know a better place to hide than her? I doubt the sleeping man ever found her. From the looks of things, he exhausted himself in the trying of it. Sorry, Burke. Other questions? What with the horns? He's a tiefling, Mathijssa, like me.
They show up every time I visit them. They're far right off a couple of weeks after. It must be I have some fiendish blood in me. That could explain the mother's side of the family, at any rate.
That chip in your horn must be pretty recent. Recent enough. The slapping sound of a cart shuffling slows briefly before resuming. I had me a little tussle with the sensei. What kind of tussle are we talking about? Just a harmless joke was all. These pouting pilgrims keep prattling on about the sleeping man this and sleeping man that. I thought of waking the old guy up, started tickling my funny bone. Needless to say, when the sensei caught wind of it, she didn't take too kindly to the idea. How did you plan to wake up the sleeping man? An old bard gave us a few trinkets along the way. There's an instrument maker in a sigil whose trumpets are fashioned from a small portal to the plains of Pandemonium. Ooh! Think of what Deacon could do with that. That sounds perfect for kobold music. Maybe not. Put your lips to it and blow it all the howling winds that the marketplace might blow with you. I was planning to lean up to close, right to his ear. Nothing can sleep through such a cacophony. Not even the sleeping man. Do you know the cheap Reaper's true name?
I might. How much is it worth to you?
Not worth everything I have. Yet. Goodbye. Alright, well. I don't trust him all that much. But, so far, he's given me the most useful information. So, that. And even this place isn't safe for the spirits. Right. Here we have a wee little dragon. It's only challenging, which is, you know, Tavern Keeper, alright. Feels somewhat unnerved beneath the dragon's malevolent gaze. Only in the outer planes, you surmise, should such a creature choose to be a tavern keeper. A dragon! He can told you he can be friendly. Can I get you something? It growls, the corners of its mighty maw curling up in what looks to be an angry sneer. What have you got? Doesn't look like much. Not even good healing potions. Got some more Velox berries. I mean, yeah, I guess I could buy those, but... At any rate, that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. If you enjoyed my content, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all then. Bye!